My name is Michael Chen. A few days ago, I was a college professor, and with the love of my life. Now I'm in jail. Life is surely full of surprises for me. Every day I'm asking myself what has gone wrong and why I'm in here.
After 7 years in the anthropology program, I finally got my degree and landed my first teaching job. My story started with running into someone, literally, and then she simply vanished. Hey!
Michael! Oh, it's so good. So glad you made it.
You look wonderful.
Oh, thank you. Oh, these are gorgeous. Come on in. Come on in. Let me show you where to put that. Come
sure.
this way. Put your things right in here and I'll put some
Right
water. Yes, that's great. I'm going to put these in water. Okay? Congratulations. I am so proud of you.
This is such a great experience. I couldn't have done all this without your support over these years.
Well, this is your first job. I want to hear about everything.
Oh, let's see where to start.
Well, start at the beginning. Oh, excuse me. Hello? Yes? Now? Sure, it's a good time. Oh, you're on your way. Okay, I'll see you when you get here. Thank you very much. Bye-bye.
You got visitors?
Yes, I took a trip to China and I bought something. And I want to show it to you before they come. Can you clear the wine and
sure.
I'll go get it? Michael,
Wow.
look what I have.
Oh my God, what did you got?
Well, it's a peepaw, right?
Yeah, the peepaw's such a beautiful piece of work.
Well, what do you know about it? Do you play one?
Oh man, not really. I only saw people playing it when I was a kid. And you know what? There's a famous poem back in Tang Dynasty. And it says, when a player finally shows up, she hides her face behind the instrument while still holding it. And the sound of peepaw was described as falling pearl on a jade plate.
Anything more?
Oh, I wish I knew more.
Well, I found a peepaw expert in town.
A peepaw expert?
Well, that's what they tell me. It's someone who was a professional peepaw player in China before coming to the States.
Are you kidding me?
No. In fact, that's what the telephone call was about. They should be here any moment.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So we should learn a lot more.
Yeah.
Oh, Michael, that might be them.
Oh.
Just a moment. Ramsey?
Yes, Dr. Peters.
Come right in. And
My-
this must be our lovely artist.
My wife, Helen Ramsey.
My name is Liu Yuan.
Oh, and should I call you Lou or Yuan?
Liu Yuan, please.
Oh, nice to meet you. Thank you for coming. And this is Michael. Michael, well, actually, he's Dr. Chang, now Professor Chang.
Michael.
Nice to meet you, Professor Chang.
Oh, do come in. That was just beautiful. Thank you. Dr. Ramsey,
Yes, Dr. Peters.
how did you meet your wife?
Well, I have to tell you, it's a long story, and I'm afraid we don't have that time. Thank you, Dr. Peters, but I'm afraid we really have to be going.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
Dr. Peters, my wife says you have a wonderful instrument.
Well, thank you. And thank you for coming and playing so beautifully. Michael, wasn't that beautiful?
Oh, the girl or the music?
Well, both, of course.
I need to do something.
Why? What's wrong?
No, do you know where to live?
No. You can look it up in the phone book. Ramsey, last name? What's wrong?
I forgot to ask her something.
Michael, she's married. You saw how protective her husband is. You're not trying to hit on her or something, are you?
No, you don't understand. I really need to.
Well-
I'm so sorry.
Try me.
Dear Mom, you may never get to read this letter because I don't know I will be able to mail it myself. Ever since I came to the United States, I kept telling you everything was just fine. Tom loved me, and we had a comfortable life. But the matter of fact was I was miserable. I never knew this man and never will. Do you know he's actually a neat freak?
Helen, how many times have I told you the cups have to match?
The moment I set foot in his house, yes, his, not mine, he started laying down the rules.
You know, Helen, I don't understand why you just don't get it.
I should do this, this, and this, but not that, that, and that. He's a control freak and a maniac. Everything.
Helen, what are you doing? That's, how many times have we gone over this? The colors have to match. That's green, this is white. White belongs in the bathroom. The towels are supposed to be folded, just like I showed you. I show you every day. The label has to go on the inside, then moves over here, and then you straighten it out, and then you put it on the thing. And it's just that simple. I don't understand why you don't get it.
Whenever I argued with him, he believed something seriously went wrong with me and prescribed all kinds of medication for me to take.
Time for your medication. It's 2 of these. Here you go. Oops, let me put that back in.
If I don't take it,
And 1 of these.
oh no, you don't want to do that,
Helen.
said Dr. Ramsey.
There's too many pills left. You haven't been taking your medication. We've talked about this countless times. I prescribe medication for you to get better. Then you get depressed. And when you get depressed, you're unhappy. When you're unhappy, I'm unhappy. You must take your medication. Helen, you need to look at me. Darling.
A few days ago, a foolhardy Chinese student tried to get me out. And I quickly realized that wasn't going anywhere.
Can I help you?
Oh, hi, Dr. Ramsey. I'm Michael Chan. Remember?
Oh, from yesterday. Yes, Michael. What can I...
Yeah, you guys came to play Viva. I was really impressed. Can I see you? Can I see Mrs. Ramsey?
Why would you want to see my wife?
I was really impressed by her Viva. I want to take some lessons.
Oh, I'm afraid my wife doesn't give lessons. Have a good day.
Hey, Dr. Ramsey.
Yes?
I'm sorry. Can I at least see her?
What part of no don't you understand? Have a good day.
David?
Hi, I'm here for the room.
Oh, you're Michael?
Yeah,
You're Michael?
Michael.
Oh, hold on a second. I'll get the key. Come this way. The rooms are on my side. I think you're gonna like it.
Oh, really?
Nice.
Oh,
There you go. Take a look.
It was you who jumped at the chance to marry me out when Tom showed up 3 years ago one day and said his parents knew Dad when they were visiting in the 70s. He was just divorced at the time and was available. You raised me alone single-handedly. I gave you that. Throughout my childhood, however, I never heard one word about or felt for a second love. All the time, what I was constantly reminded of was that Dad was killed by Red Guards during the Cultural Revolution. And I should, as the only daughter of his, always remember this. I should also do my best to leave this place, which would sooner or later have another cultural revolution. I never knew what it was like during the Cultural Revolution, except that it was a terrible time to be in. It was hard for me to imagine what it was like. Does it beat living with you? To me, living with you is my Cultural Revolution, or living with Tom. Mom, we were both so completely taken in by his roly-poly teddy bear appearance.
Hi,
Hi, may I help you?
can I see Liu Yuanyuan? Oh, I mean, Mrs. Ramsey.
Oh, madam of the house doesn't see any guests.
Hey,
Tom has a secret room where he displays all the Cultural Revolution junk he has collected over the years. Mouse buttons, Red Guards armbands, posters, little red books. You name it, and he has it. His pastime is to watch Cultural Revolution documentaries over and over again.
Darling, this is not a poem. This is a classical instrument. It's full of tradition. Quite the right.
Mom, I'm beginning to think our family, you, Dad, and me, are doomed to live in Cultural Revolution. There is no escape, and I am so tired of trying.
Hey, Jason.
Hi, Wendy. How are you?
I'm good.
Is Helen here?
Oh,
Helen ready?
oh, just 1 minute.
Hello, Helen. How are you today?
Hi, is this Jeremy's home to hospital service? Oh, hi, this is Dr. Ramsey. My wife is coming down with something. Can we cancel the pickup for tomorrow? Okay, oh, great. Thank you so much. Bye. Hi, is Miss Ramsey ready?
You are.
I'm from Germany's Home Hospital.
Okay, wait for a second.
Michael， 咱们前几天见过面，你现在已经安全了，我把你救出来，咱们上警察局吧。
不，警察，不要警察，送我回家。
回家？你家在哪里呀？
Helen, you need to look at me. Darling.
I don't understand why you just don't get it.
圆圆怎么哭了？圆圆，不要哭，圆圆，有我在这儿，不要怕，已经安全了，圆圆。对不起，圆圆。圆圆，对不起。
不，我该谢谢你，是你救了我。
今天你可自由了，为了你的自由，咱们干杯！
酒，我好久没喝了。其实我本来也不怎么会喝啊。
瞎说，今天是什么日子？为了你的自由，为了咱们的故乡，咱们一定要好好干杯！
行 ，Cheers。
圆圆，你这么好的姑娘，你之前都经历了些什么？你到底从哪里来啊？
我从那儿来。
Was my cradle song, rocking me to sleep when I was young. It made my mama cry, 'cause she missed her hometown. Moonlight is my love song, comfort me when I was sad and down. It's a friend who's always there for me. With her I know I will be strong.
A penny for your thoughts？
什么？
就是说，你在想什么呢？
我没想什么呀。你想什么呢？
我在想，这时候要是有一把琵琶该多好啊！
什么？
琵琶就是你那天弹奏的乐器啊！你那天弹的简直就是天籁之声。
这好办。你看，我这不是就有一把现成的琵琶吗？
在哪儿？哦，我看到了。
怎么样？想听吗？
想听。
想听什么？你说吧。
霸王卸甲。
还蛮内行的嘛。那想听就先把眼睛闭上。
Michael Chan.
Oh, yeah.
Can you turn the vehicle off? Can I see some ID? All right, sir. Can you step out of the vehicle for me? You go ahead and put your hands on the car. Turn around for me. Your right hand behind your back. All right, sir. Why don't you come with me?
He kidnapped me. He raped me.
Dr. Emerson, what she said about me is not true. I can explain.
Michael, you don't need to worry. You see, my wife is a paranoid schizophrenic, and when she doesn't take her medication, she makes up all sorts of stories. She doesn't understand what she does half the time. I'm just glad you brought her home safe. It's about keeping her safe. I've talked to the district attorney, and we're going to do everything we can to get you out. I promise you, we're going to get you out.
Hi, how are you? Good, how are you? Pretty good. Have your bronch ready? Thank you. Thank you. Would you like a receipt? Please. You have till April 30th. April 30th? Here you go. Have a great day. Thank you.
Michael.
Hey, Dr. Ramsey, I'm so sorry about your wife.
It's been a difficult week. Why don't you come in?
Okay.
I've had lots of guests this week, and it's been a difficult time. Thanks for coming, Michael. It's been a very difficult week, as you can imagine. Here, let me get it down the door for you. Michael, thanks for coming. I really appreciate it. It's very thoughtful of you. Please, have a seat.
I'm so sorry, Dr. Ramsey. This is so sad.
I understand, Michael. She was beautiful, she was vibrant, and she died much, much too young. She was lovely, wasn't she? I think she's found happiness. In fact, I'm sure of it. Where are my manners? Let me get you some tea. She was lovely, wasn't she?
Oh, yeah.
Have some tea, Michael.
Dr. Ramsey, I'm afraid that I must be leaving now.
Oh, but Michael, it's too early, and I have something special to show you. Why don't you come with me? Michael, let me show you my prized collection of the great Chairman Mao. Enjoy. What a collection, isn't it? Go, have a seat. Enjoy. Chen. Welcome to the revolution.
Good afternoon. This is CCN. Welcome to Live with Tim Lynch. I'm your host, and our guest this afternoon is Dr. Tom Ramsey, a psychiatrist and noted China expert. Welcome to the show, Dr. Ramsey.
Thank you, Tim.
As you know, this series explores major world revolutions, and we're looking forward today to hearing your perspective on China's Cultural Revolution.
Well, thank you for inviting me, Tim. I look forward to talking about Chairman Mao Zedong and the Cultural Revolution, one of the most important movements of the world in world history.
Now, can you tell me, I understand you're a fan of the revolution, can you tell me why?
I'm a huge fan of the Cultural Revolution. You know, it's unfortunately one of the world's probably most misunderstood revolutions, not only in this country, but throughout the world, and unfortunately in China. You know, over 40 years ago, the chairman took a look at Chinese society and understood the inherent dangers of a class society. In fact, he was so distraught that he decided to create the Cultural Revolution. And in this revolutionary process, he took advantage of the Red Guard, and he really attempted to destroy these kinds of artificial distinctions between people, which really creates a lot of dissension in a society. As a matter of fact, to accelerate this process, he used the Red Guard to basically, if you will, target bureaucratic bullies in the government and the intelligentsia in universities and in the cultural feats, if you will, in Chinese society. Official corruption was rooted out, and this intelligentsia, if you will, was relegated to the farms and factories. And I know that comes, well, quite frankly, I know a lot of people were disturbed by that eventuality. But I have to tell you, there's no way that the intelligentsia could be re-educated unless they were with the proletariat in the farms and the factories of China.
You know, you seem to have quite a bit of personal insight on this. Can you share, where your insight comes from?
Well, you know, I'm very, very lucky. My parents were in China during the early 1970s, and I have to tell you that they came back with stories of how wonderful the reforms that the chairman was making in China were, and how happy the people seemed to be. I have to tell you, however, the China of today, in my recent visits, is a very different place. It seems to me that the Chinese people have experienced a great amount of wealth in the last couple of years, but they don't seem to be very, very happy.
Why is that?
You know, I think it's just like America. Greed is good, and the more people have, the more capitalism there is, it basically has a stranglehold on the heart of China and individuals everywhere. This kind of pervasive lust for more is really unfortunate. And I think people are unhappy because, as in China, my apartment is not as big as my neighbor's. My car isn't as luxurious as my neighbor's. My neighbor has 2 iPhones and I only have 1. That kind of inequality, I think, makes the Chinese people seriously indifferent and, quite frankly, desensitized to what's going on in the world.
Can you elaborate a little bit on that, sir?
Oh, surely. You only need to read the newspapers to look at the rampant corruption in Chinese society today and the moral decay that's happening in China. You know, there's an interesting story, Tim, on YouTube that I really want to...
Excuse me, Dr. Ramsey.
Yeah.
As you know, YouTube it's banned in China.
Tim, that's nonsense. That's inconsequential. Let me tell you this story. You know, there was an incident in China, and it was photographed by a camera in a storefront. And what was really fascinating about it is that in broad daylight, a young child was hit in the street. It was a terrible accident. And 18 Chinese citizens walked by this young child, and nobody stopped to help the child. In fact, in a kind of a grisly turn of events, the child was hit yet again. And only then did people stop and render assistance.
You know, we have that clip.
You do?
Let's
Take a look.
Sure.
Terrific.
That was very interesting.
I have to tell you that if Chairman Mao were alive today,
And if he was?
that kind of outrage would never have happened. Never.
You have to admit, though, Dr. Ramsey, that the Cultural Revolution inflicted untold suffering on the Chinese people. According to official statistics, China's own official statistics, some 30 million people died, and it caused tremendous destruction to the Chinese civilization and traditions.
Tim, that's the kind of poisonous Western propaganda that corrupt governments try to impose on the press and have the world believe. And I'm here to tell you that it's nonsense. I'm here to debunk that very theory.
Dr. Ramsey, let's change the subject if I may.
Surely, if you don't want to hear the truth, that's your prerogative. Go ahead.
Well, I understand, and our network has looked into that the fact that your wife and family were victims of the Cultural Revolution.
Tim, hardly victims. They went through a period of soul searching, if you will, which almost everybody did in China during that period of time.
Soul searching? Soul searching?
Soul searching,
Could you describe that process?
Tim, it's probably not unlike what you see on American reality TV. Everybody is in therapy. People talk incessantly about their personal lives and their sex lives and how their parents ruined their lives. This topic is tiresome. It has nothing to do with...
Well, can you tell me, is that what happened to your wife's family?
Well, obviously I wasn't there, but that's my general understanding.
Well, can you tell me where your father-in-law is now?
My father-in-law?
I'm curious. Where is your father-in-law?
He was reported missing.
When was he reported missing?
36 years ago.
Are you telling me that he missed his therapy session?
Tim, I resent your allegation. It's unfounded.
Well, I'm sure you don't like this allegation. But my research has also revealed that your father-in-law was forcibly taken by the Red Guard and never seen again.
That's a distorted view of what happened.
Isn't that correct?
No, it's not correct. It's a distorted version.
I understand you have an extensive collection, a shrine, if you will, of that commemorates the Chinese Cultural Revolution, the Red Guard, and Chairman Mao.
Tim, we're finally on the same page. I do. I have a tremendous collection of historical artifacts and memorabilia of Mao Zedong.
I have to ask, didn't your wife find your collection a bit much given what happened to her father?
Tim, that's none of your business. And as you know, having done so much research, my wife is dead.
And the cause of her death?
Apparently you and your viewing public have an ugly appetite for personal details. So I'll tell you what you already know. She died of a drug overdose.
Could it be that, Dr. Ramsey, she was simply trying to escape your obsessive preoccupation with the Cultural Revolution? Isn't that right, Dr. Ramsey?
I don't have to take this. This is nonsense.
Isn't that right?
No, it's not right. I've had enough. I'm leaving.
Did you get that?
So last time I do this,
He just stormed out. We're not going to be able to use any of this.
What is this, the Larry King Show?
Michael, what you've told me is fascinating. It gives me a whole new perspective on the Chinese diaspora. Just think about it. This is a whole new perspective on the Chinese immigration, the diaspora of the Chinese nationals moving from the 1980s even until recently. It amazes me when you think about having a whole group of very educated professionals plucked from their homeland and dropped into a new world, new language, new culture, new environment, new expectations. That's just scary. Think about Yuan. She had to be scared to death. She was a 20-something young girl, totally dependent on her husband. Now, that's just scary. And when you think about it, That's a diaspora you should have done your dissertation on.
Well, what about that particular group of Westerners who went to China once and they think they are the expert? They only know one thing about China and they got infatuated with it.
Well,
What do you call that?
So if you put that group together with the Chinese nationals, then what do you call that? Michael? Michael, are you there?